Namaste, beautiful yogis. Today's class is going to be a beginner sequence. We're going to begin on all fours. So let's bring the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. From here, you're going to open your chest and sink your chest between your shoulders. So if you're somewhere here, you're going to drop the chest between your shoulders and pull the shoulders down away from your ears, dropping the shoulder blades into your back. Pull the belly in, and we're gonna inhale, look up, exhale, round the back and look towards your navel. Inhale, open the chest, drop the shoulders down, look up. Exhale, round your back and look towards your belly. Inhale, arch, looking up. Shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, rounding. Inhale, come back to neutral, and we're going to take the right hand, the palm of the right hand facing up, glide it all the way down across from your body, placing the back of your shoulder on the floor, back of the head on the floor, and look up. Exhale completely here. Inhale, slowly coming back up, back to center, over to the opposite side. Left hand glides through all the way across. Look up and breathe. Exhaling completely here. As you inhale, come all the way back to all fours. And we're going to take, again, the knees hip width apart. Hands are shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers wide open and press into the base and into the knuckle of each and every finger. Keep pressing down into the knuckles. And we're going to take the right leg off the floor. And at the same time, try to keep your hips level with the floor. So don't tilt. Keep the hips level. Extending through your toes. Bring it back down and over to the other side. Bring it back down. We're going to take the right leg up again. This time you're going to bring your knee towards your nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Extending. Last one. Exhale. And bring it back down. And let's take the left leg up. Spread the fingers open. Exhale. Nose to knee. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Bring it in. Inhale. Extending. Last one. Pull the belly in. Draw the navel in. Inhale. and place the knee back down. And here we are gonna keep the hips over the knees and begin to walk your hands towards the front edge of your mat. Here you're gonna press the palms of your hands down into the floor and begin to sit back, resisting with your hands. So your hands are not gliding back with you. You're just sitting back, letting the spine stretch. The hands are planted. Inhale, coming back up. We're going to bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Straighten your legs. Press your hips all the way up towards the ceiling. And see if you can lower your heels towards or on the floor. And you can walk in place here. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Lifting through your hips. And lower your heels down towards the floor. If your heels are not touching the floor, you can bend your knees, straighten the back. And from here you can work your way down, as far down as you can without rounding the back. Over time they will be closer to the floor and maybe on the floor eventually. Slowly begin to walk your hands back of your mat towards your feet. Bend your knees, wrap your wrists around your elbows and hang heavy here. So you're going to rest your rib cage onto your thighs and you're going to allow your upper body to hang heavy. Shake your head. Look over to your right, over to your left. Soften your face muscles, soften the jaw. Relax your tongue, soften your lips. Release your hands back down on the floor and slowly begin to roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time, like a rag doll. Inhale your hands all the way over your head. Lift. Here we're gonna lift the toes off the floor. This action allows your arches to lift off the floor, so we're activating the arches of the feet. Slowly bring your toes back down on the floor, but keep lifting the arches. Lifting. Let's clasp the hands and reach over to one side, keeping the shoulders in the same line. Inhale back to center and exhale over to the other side. Inhale back to center. Lift. Exhale. Keep your back straight. Slowly begin to fold forward. Inhale, hands on the shin bones. Look ahead of you. Open the chest. Flat back. Exhale, folding. Hands on the floor and begin to walk your hands towards the front of the room to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up towards the ceiling. Square hips. Look between your hands and let's step the foot between the hands. You can help with your hand to bring your foot in. Drop the back heel down on the floor. Bend the right knee and come up. Here the hips are going to be facing forward. Pressing into the outer edge of the left foot. Reaching over the head. Keep pressing into the outer edge of the left foot. Sink a little deeper, making sure the right knee is over the right ankle or behind, not over the toes. Let's bring the hands over the heart. And we're gonna walk the left foot a little further back. Sink a little deeper. Open into warrior two. Look down and make sure your right knee is aligning with the toes on the right foot. They're pointing in exactly the same direction, directly forward. So your knee is not pushing in here. Relax your shoulders. Soft hands. Hands are reaching away from each other. Sink a little deeper in here. Look over your right hand. Great, and let's straighten the right leg. Step your right foot in. Here you may need a block, or you may not need a block. So if you have a block around, just bring it in. You're gonna have your block by your foot. You're gonna have both of your legs straight, lifting the kneecaps. Press your hips towards the back of the room and reach with your right hand way ahead of you. So your left hip is on top of the right hip. Look up, spin the left rib cage open. Exhale, look down, and you can, if you don't have a block, you can place your hands somewhere above or below your knee. You're trying to lengthen both sides of your torso here. If you have a block, you can place your hand on your block. You can adjust your block depending on your level of flexibility. And once you're here, keep lifting the arches of your feet. Keep lengthening the left and the right side of your torso. Shoulders down. Breathe. Let's bring the left hand on the left hip. Pull the belly in, keeping your spine straight. You're gonna use your legs to come up. And we're gonna take that left foot in, square the hips with the front of the room, keep them square. Right hand on the right hip, left hand is reaching way ahead of you. Here you can bring your block either on the outside or on the inside of your foot, or you can use your shin bone again, and you can lower the left hand down on the block, on the shin, and begin to open the right hand up, pressing into the outer edge of the left foot again. Exhale completely here. Inhale, look down, and we're gonna bring both hands either above the knee or below. Just don't place any pressure on your kneecap. Keeping your back flat. Hold here, stretching the hamstring. If you're more flexible, you can walk your hands to the floor, keeping the hips square. And hold. And let's bring the hands on the floor, bending the knees. Step them back. Knees on the floor. Chest open, shoulders down. Slowly lower down. Elbows into the rib cage. Chaturanga modified. Hold. Press up. Lower back down. Chaturanga. Press up. One more time. Lower down. Hold. Press back up. Alright, this time we're gonna lower all the way onto the ground. Hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows into the rib cage. Keep your elbows bent. Tailbone is extending down. Look up. Exhale down. Tuck your toes under and press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, take the left leg up. Look between your hands. Bring your left foot between your hands. You can bring it in with your hand. Place the back heel down on the floor, pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. Look ahead of you. Bend the left knee and come up. Warrior one. The hips are facing forward. You can go a little deeper here. Keeping the right heel down. Keep lifting the arches of the feet. And let's bring the hands over the heart. Step your right foot a little further back and sink a little deeper here and open. Now the hips are facing the side wall. We're opening the right hip. Sink a little deeper. Great, let's straighten the left knee. Step your right foot slightly in. Hands parallel to the floor. Reach way ahead of you. Press the hips back. So the hand is reaching away from the hip. Once you have found enough length, you're going to lower down, either using the block or your shin bone, and open the right arm up. Tailbone is tucking under. Kneecaps are lifting. Lengthening both sides of the torso here. And you can bring your right hand on your right hip, power the legs up, and lift up. And let's square the hips. Step your right foot in, making sure your hips are square, so they're facing directly forward. Left hand on the left hip, right hand way ahead of you. Reach as far as you can, and you can look down and bring your hand on your block or on your shin bone. And begin to twist here. You can bring your left hand up. Keep your hips square. Keep pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left. Drop the shoulders down. Soften the belly as you exhale. Exhale completely here. Inhale, look down. Again, the hips are square. Hands either on the shin bone or on the floor. And lower down. And let's bring the hands on the floor and step the feet all the way back. And you can bring your knees on the floor. And you can sit all the way back onto your heels in child's pose. Take a break in here. Palms of the hands are facing each other. Let the shoulders drop. Inhale. Press the hands down into your mat. Come up. And we're gonna come into a seated. Flex your toes back in towards you. Inhale your hands all the way up. And exhale, folding forward. You can grab your shin bones or your toes and keep your back straight. You can use your strap here or a towel to bring around your feet and hold the strap. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands on the floor. Hands on the floor. We're going to round the back and slowly lower down all the way onto our backs. Let's bring the right knee into the chest, into the rib cage. And draw a few circles with your toes. Great. From here, we're going to bring the left leg up. Right ankle just over the left knee. Flex your right foot. Grab the back of your left knee here. And with your elbow, you can press your right knee away from you. Great, let's release the left leg on the floor. Keep your right knee bent and bring it across from your body. Keeping the right shoulder on the floor. Inhale, come back up. And you can bring the right leg on the floor, left knee into the rib cage, drawing a few circles with your toes. And let's bend the right knee underneath the left ankle. Flex your foot, and you can bring your hands behind your right knee. press your left knee away from you, so the foot is coming in towards you and the left knee is pushing away from you. The more you are able to bring the knee away from you, the more you will open that left hip. I'm using my elbow here to press the leg away from me. And at the same time, I'm bringing the right knee in so that I'm bringing the ankle in. So the ultimate goal of this pose is to bring, basically, this is just to explain the pose, to bring the shin bone parallel over the chest, or maybe even hug it into the chest. So that's why we're bringing the foot in and the knee away from us, opening the hip. Great. From here, you're going to extend your right leg on the floor. Open your left arm out. Keep your left shoulder on the floor and begin to bring your left knee across from your body. Bring it as far out to your right as you can without removing the shoulder off the floor. And look over to your left. Inhale, slowly come back up. Bring both knees into your chest. See if you can grab the outer edges of your feet here. If not, you can hold your ankles and press them down by your rib cage, pressing the lower back into the floor. This releases the lower back and further opens the hips. Great. Let go of your feet or of your shin bones. Bring your elbows by your rib cage. Bring your hands up with the fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. Palms of the hands facing each other, pressing the outer edges of the shoulders down. Chest is popping open. You're going to lift your toes off of the floor, making sure your feet are hip-width apart and parallel to each other. And from here, you're going to bring your hips up and your chest in towards your chin. Now feel free to extend your arms and even clasp your hands underneath you. You can roll the shoulders underneath you and keep pressing your hips high. Slowly begin to release back down on the floor. And you're going to extend your legs one at a time on the floor. Open the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. And lay on your back, making sure you're comfortable here. Close your eyes. And begin to soften and relax your body. With each exhalation, letting go of tension. With each inhalation, inviting expansion and openness. And stay here for a few moments, for a few minutes. Just observing and following your breath in and out. Allowing yourself to be completely and fully present and aware of this very moment. Namaste.